G'day fellow moto vloggers, Bandit Neb on Smoky the Suzuki Bandit on this Tuesday evening. An absolutely beautiful 25 degrees Celsius, just perfect weather. If you could complain about something, it would only be the wind. And that's not bad at all. So, carrying on from what I was talking about last Sunday, the bank saga. Well, I've been to the bank, folks, and it's still a saga. So I've been waiting for over a month for a decision to be made about my fraud case. So I'm in the bank. I go in the bank and talk to the girls on the counter, and yep, just take a seat there and we'll get someone to you as soon as possible. So I go up there and I ask the girl, and she said, "Oh, when did all this start?" And I said, "Well, the card was cancelled at least a month ago, and I'm just wondering, have they made any decision? Are they near a decision on what they're gonna do about the fraud case?" So anyway, she said, "Just hang on a minute, and I'll ring them up." And she was on the phone for a little while trying to get a connection. Then she gave the phone to me because they got to talk to me in the fraud department. And she said, "Go in the empty office there and just wait until they answer." 20 minutes later, I get this person on the phone that I could barely understand, and it did sound like the original lady that I talked to when I first went into the bank about this money being taken out of my credit card. So I'm telling her, and she said, "Have you got a case number?" I said, "No, I haven't had a case number. No one's given me a case number." "Have you had an email?" I said, "No, I haven't had an email from the bank at all." And she says, "Well, I can't find your case." And she said, I'll put you over to my dispute team." So I'm sitting there again for another, my guess would be 10 to 15 minutes, waiting for that one to answer. So I'm talking to this bloke, which I could understand a little bit better, and he's trying to find out, if I have a case at all, any case that's been put up on my account. So I'm sitting there talking to him, and he said, "Can you hang on a sec?" And then he comes back and he says, "Ask another couple of questions, this, that and the other," and I answered that, and he said, "Can you wait a sec?" I said, "Yeah." So I waited for another couple of minutes, and then he come back and says, "It looks like there's no fraud case at all, so you're going to have to open up a dispute case. Can you hold on?" I said, "Yeah, all right." Now, about half an hour later, I was still waiting on the phone with this music playing and all that sort of thing. And I'm getting a little bit cheesed off, and I reckon that the girls in the bank were thinking, this is dragging on a little bit. So they come in and was talking to me, and I said, "Look, I reckon they've gone to lunch, and I'm just hanging on here. I've been on here for an hour and 5 minutes altogether." She said, "All right." And she went away, and she come back, and she had a list of I did tell the lady that they're going to open up a dispute or something to that effect. She said, okay, no worries, that I'm supposed to hang on the line. I said, can I hang up? She said, yes, hang up, because I'm going to take care of this for you now. So she brings up my old card and prints out a December balance sheet, etc., and all the transactions on it from this overseas company, which is in America, by the way. So she wanted me to point out the ones that I want to dispute, and I said this, and she says, leave it with me and I will get this started for you, and I'll give you a ring back at some stage. She said either yesterday or today. Well, I haven't heard anything, but from what I gather, I think they're having problems with their computer systems in the bank, which is not unusual. And I haven't heard anything, so that's where that stands at the moment. As far as the minimum payment late fee that I got of $15, that was, I complained about that to the girl while I was waiting for all the other garbage, and I think one of the girls out the back that don't serve on the counter come in and said, I've waived that, we've refunded that money, late fee. And I said, that's good, I like that idea. So also what I did do, I did ask the girl when she was looking up my December debits and all that sort of thing, because I only had the debits from that scammer. I hadn't spent any money on that card. So I just said to her, you know, I've been a customer of Bank SA for years. I reckon it must be 30 years. Can you tell me when I first became a customer? She did a couple of things. She said, yep, 1982. You've been a customer with us for 37 years. So yeah, I was pretty correct in saying that I've been a customer for many years. So that's where that stands, folks. I haven't heard any news whatsoever on that at the moment. I'll give it a little bit of time, because these things do take a little time, and the way things were on the phones, waiting around to speak to people, there must be a lot of things going on. So that's that part. And as you know, I wanted these, I was going into Agostino come Elizabeth Mitsubishi for those plastic, what do they call them, fasteners, rivets, plastic rivets, or whatever they call it, that you push in and clip two pieces of panel together. And after I'd finished with the bank, which I was in there for, I reckon I must have been in there an hour and a half, I went over to Elizabeth Mitsubishi and said, do you have these things, you know? Yep, we got 4 in stock. How many do you need? And I said, well, I'm missing 3. And he went out the back and got them, and he went back to his computer, and he said they're $7 each. I said, well, that's not going to happen. I'm not paying $7 each for them. You can get 100 on eBay for about $12. I just needed to see the size of them, and I know the size now. So I'm going to hunt some down of these plastic rivets. But so it would have cost me $21, people, for Mitsubishi plastic fasteners which would have been, well, for the Chinese to make them, how much would it be at the most? The most, $20. 20 cents, sorry, 20 cents. And you got all these people that import, and then you got to go through that, and then got to go through that, then you got to go through that, and then 10% GST, and then you finally get your product for $7. I said, no, that's not going to happen. That was disgusting. Oh, I nearly fell over. I can honestly say I nearly fell over at the price, $7 each for these little plastic things. And I said, no, don't worry about it. I'll get them off eBay. Now that I've seen the size I need. And I took one into the shop and we measured it, and it's 8mm. And I just got to look for them on eBay now. The ones that look fairly similar. I got it in my pocket, but I can't really take it out and show you at the moment, can I? So yeah, that's where I stand there. $21 for 3. Couldn't believe it. Anyway, so that's where I am at the moment with the bank. I did get me $15 late fee back, which is good. One bit of good news. Now all I have to do is get back the fraudulent money that was taken out over the month of December. So this is Bandit Nev on this lovely Tuesday, February 4, I think it is. Bidding you all. That's where it all started, Woolworths. Can't really blame them though. What are you doing? You're not allowed to do a U-turn there, you dick. Probably wanting to get the cheap petrol, $1.24.9. Okay, fair enough. You got to watch out for me though. Yep, they're turning in. I can see them in my mirror. So where was I? Yeah, this is Bandit Nev on Samoki though, Suzuki Bandit. Bidding you all very, 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 very safe riding. And until next time, cheers for now. I don't think I'll take him on, he's a bit big.